Good afternoon for those who are in Sydney, Australia. Good evening, good morning for those in the rest of the world. Finish It Fridays, a great session to wrap up the week. Hi, I'm James, and what's been your week? Finish It Fridays is a great way to partake in your wins, partake in your lessons that you've learned throughout the week. So what are some of your wins? What are some of your lessons that have happened for you over this week? It's a great way to stop and reflect on the week we've just had. As we're coming into the end of the year, it's great to keep on building that momentum between now and at the end of the year. We go through a cool little sequence. We did this at a conference this week and to review the year by going through reviewing what we call the four debriefing questions. What's worked, what hasn't worked, what's been the lessons, and what do we need to be doing differently? And when we can look at the week like that, we can sort of stop and reflect how the week has been and what do we need to be doing differently next week. So I'd love to hear what's some of your wins, what are some of your lessons throughout this week for you. We've had a great week here in the tribe. We've had some huge lessons along the way, and this is where I want to segue into becoming the rippling effect. Sometimes, we can be out there and in the trenches and going and not realizing the impact that we're having or the effect that we're having out there in the bigger world. Sometimes we're feeling that, we're slogging away, we've got our goals that we're working towards, but is it really happening? And I talk a lot about your genius, and I talk about a lot around finding that genius, finding what really lights you up, finding those elements in your work, in your business, in your life that, when you pursue it, when you're actually in it, it's easy, it's a breeze, it flows, it lights you up, it makes you feel good, you feel passionate, you feel energized when you're doing it. And I think when you find your genius, the rippling effect that it has out there in the wider world is huge because we're all energy, right? It's an energy thing out there in the world. And when you find your genius, that sends a vibration out into the world. And I want to share with you a little story. We've had some great wins within the business for us over this last week. But one of the biggest wins was getting home last night and receiving a message from a young man who I've known for about 12 or 13 years. And just the impact on these videos on the Monday Magic Moments and the Finish It Fridays are having on his world and his life. And to watch this young man, his boy develop into this young man, and to receive this message on the impact that these videos and the messages and the learnings and the lessons has had on him really struck a chord in the heart, as you can see. It really goes to show that you don't know who's watching. You don't know what the impact that you're truly having in the world when you are in your genius. You don't realize the impact that you have on others, both good and bad, right? So my message today is stay true to your genius. Find your genius, stay true to your genius, and watch the rippling effect, because you touch many lives out there, and the more lives that you can touch, the bigger impact that you'll have for yourself personally, even more importantly for those out there and the community as a whole. So Finish It Fridays. Love to hear some of your wins. Love to hear some of your lessons, and be the rippling effect out there in the world. There we go. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye for now.